Okay, welcome back to turn 13 of Panzer Scenario 75, second Alamein. We're up to turn 13, as I said here, kind of continuing our breakthrough of the German lines with our Commonwealth troops here. And where we left off from turn 12 is we just discovered a 88 millimeter gun here just above the road that we're trying to get to, as well as a covering infantry squad of German units over here. And we've also got some units back here that are yet to be discovered to see who they are as well. Now our troops are in pretty good shape. We've only lost a couple of units. We're still grouped together for the most part over a course of maybe a kilometer or so. Give or take, but we're still in command range and still looking good here. So our focus now is going to be to eliminate this 88 millimeter gun without them eliminating us first, and then get into the road. So let's get to it. So turn 13, spotting phase. So first off, we're going to check. We got an AEC-1 Mark 1 trying to check this check this spot over here of this unit that's in the deflayed spot over there. Now they're 15 hexes away, 1,500 meters, and I believe they're going to be able to be spotted. Yeah, because their recon unit, it's a vehicle, not moving, because this is 18 is part of the Panzer Company, which is going to be a default unit of a Panzer 3J. So it's going to be a vehicle with a +1 recon, so it's 30 or greater. To be spotted, so they are spotted, and now we'll roll for the activation to see if there's anything there. We roll 53, subtract 5, 47, so it's fake. So that one disappears. So all the CW Commonwealth units here are spotted by at least these two units, if not, number 17 back here, and some of the other units over here as well. Now we'll probably pick these up, or may start to see these units, or they might just start seeing us and start shooting at us this turn as well. So command phase. So minefield group is going to get 16 commands, and this is going to be a mixture of moves, as you can see over here, moving up our command vehicles and some of our later vehicles. We're also going to get some fire markers. You can see here, I'm setting up some infantry teams to potentially cover and open fire on these units over here, and yeah, they'll share the command, and they'll share command 2 of moving. So these are all going to be pretty much mostly moves for the minefield group. Now the cruiser squadron, they're up here. These guys here, here's the command, and down here in this general area here as well. So let me just highlight them over there. Plus the AEC Mark 1s get individual commands as well. So this, I'm also going to set up some short halts for these units because they're just going to pound away at the 88 that's over here. So continuing to add in our fire commands and move commands. There we go. Now our AT company, which is trailing behind, kind of catching up though, to the back end of the cruiser squadron. They are going to get 10 commands, and most of these are going to be move commands because they're lagging behind a little bit, but they're in good position. Battalion headquarters, which is over in here. No, they're over in here, right over here. They're going to get move commands as well, individual move commands. And then the medium cruiser squadron, that's our Shermans here, 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 and here. They are going to get move commands as well. So we got all our commands in there. Now our initiative, 50 or greater, will get it. Ooh, roll a 16. Ooh, that's not good because that means that the Germans can open fire on us, and they've got the 88 over here, so we may be losing a unit depending upon how it goes. So German's first player, fire phase, no indirect fire, German direct fire, so you know what's coming, the 88. So we're going to check for the command. It's going to be a +1 for static. So 36 plus 20 is 56, so it's going to be a fire command. So they're going to get a fire command. So now they're going to move at one of the closer units. We've got our pick over here terms of what we shoot at, we've got the cruisers up here, or the Crusaders up here, over here, here, and here. And then we've got the AE-1. Let me just do this. There's the AE-1 right there, and then these guys up here, and these guys up here. Those are going to be high priority, targets to shoot at on there as well. So there's a number of targets it's going to go for. It's going to go for Cruiser 233, which is or 223. Excuse me. That should be 23, not 33. Yep, which is up here in this stack. So try to hit him, potentially get him brewed up, and suppress the other guy as well, which would really put a pinch on the attack. So, what's the to hit number on this? So the 88 fires. It's going to be AP, medium range. He's a veteran, moving. So basically, veteran and moving cancel each other out. So it's going to be 50 or less to hit. Let's see, pretty dangerous. Oh, it's a miss. It's a 71. So he missed. So that actually is good for us. And now we flip it over because the infantry is in full cover, so he can't see anybody to shoot at right now. Okay. So the Crusader 223 is going to return the favor and take a shot with GP at the 88, extreme range, which gives him a 1 firepower factor. Veteran, short halt. Firing at into the open at a 1S target, soft target. So suppression 55 or greater, effective 82 or greater. So 20% chance of hitting him and destroying him, and a 45% chance of just suppressing him. So maybe we'll get a suppression. Let's see. 82. Oof, it's effective. So that actually destroys them. Wow, that's pretty good. So that knocks them out. So first shot took him out. I was planning on firing, 4 or 5 of these things before we got something really effective. But that's good. So now we move into the move phase. There's no other firing from us because the short halts and the fire unit over here cannot really see the full cover guy. So no hand-to-hand, no close assault. German move. So actually the Germans aren't going to have anybody to move, but we are going to do no, they are going to have people to move, but I just noticed something. They were the first to fire, so we should have moved first. Oh, that's a little catch on my part. Oh well, we'll continue on, and we'll do some command checks here. Check for number 7 up here, because he's within 12 hexes. So he rolls an 87. That's going to be a full cover, no command type of action. Number 9, which is up here, he's going to roll for command. Rolls a 9, which is actually a move command. Interesting. So they're going to do a move action, which is a 91. They're going to move out towards the closest enemy units. So they're going to move out from the rocks, and then down the hill, and potentially will be spotted. So let's see what happens. So at this point they're going to be spotted by the ATRs over here. Actually over here. They can be seen by the ATRs over here. So they're going to do a activation roll with a -5. They roll a 40, which goes to a 35. So it's real units. We're going to figure out how many. Rolls a 38, which is 2 units. And now the types. First one's Panzer 3J Lang. That's the long gun. And now its location is a 1, so it's going to go to the north there, and up here right there. Second one is a 4. Or excuse me, I rolled the wrong one there. It's a 9, which is a Panzer 3J, and that's going to go right in front of it, right there, like that. So this is getting interesting. The Germans are a little bit of counterattacking on our flanks, and we're pretty vulnerable here because we've got scout cars, ATR, Bren carriers with ATRs. No, not ATRs, excuse me, MMGs. The ATRs are back here in terms of where they can attack. So this could prove kind of interesting here for us, and figure out what we're going to need to do about this German attack. Okay, continuing on here. So now we've got the Commonwealth's movements. So let's get to that. So first off, we're going to be moving up. Who's these guys? These guys are our deacons. These are the truck-mounted, turreted 6-pound guns. And what I think I'm going to do with these is they're going to move up and kind of support or go after this German tank attack, panzer attack, over here to the northwest. So they're going to move up and they're going to position just about there. That's as far as they can get. So we've got them there. Next, we're going to get our Crusaders down here who have the short halt, kind of on the track and eventually the road. Same thing with the AEC-1, Mark 1. And everybody's just moving up here. No firing there, so they can't do anything. So these guys jump back on board and then move up a little bit. Now we're going to check to see if we've got some command checks to do, and we do. So I'm going to go back one just because we're going to do the command check when he first gets into range. The command check is for number 17. That's this guy right here. And he's going to get an Overwatch command. And now he's going to take a shot at, as the Panzer IIIJ, at 112 White Scout car that was moving up over here. That's this guy. Long range, veteran, Overwatch, moving in the open. It's going to be 1P. They're firing GP, by the way, trying to get both the White Scout car and the infantry squad that's in there. So suppression 66 or greater, effective 92 or greater. So 8% chance of killing him and 34% chance of suppressing him. Rolls a 35. That's going to be a miss. Now they now get spotted because they opened fire. Yep, there we go. So we'll do an activation check. Rolls a 63. Minus 5 is 57. So they're fake. Okay, that's good. All right, then they continue to move up. Now we get the AT, the MMG mounted Brens moving up. And they're moving up over there. And then the White Scout car comes behind them. And now the ATR Brens move up and go from there. So let's slide this back over because we can see some of the other units moving up here. So now we've got some of the Portees advancing in the center, and the Bren, the AT company Bren command vehicle is moving up there as well. Now we got some of the Shermans moving up a little bit, and another AEC-1 that was trailing has moved up, and now we'll move down to the south, and we'll get some of the other units down here. There's an AEC-1 down here, White Scout car, our Scorpion tanks. Moving up, infantry, and more of our minefield group that was breaking through to the south over there. Sherman's moving up next. They're kind of regrouping, consolidating, staying together. Very important to stay together with these units, because if you get out of command, you start losing the ability to move as effectively as you'd like to. Okay, so that's all the movement. So what does it look like? Let's just zoom out here a little bit, just so you can see some of the high level. So we've moved up a little bit. Again, slow movement through the open terrain. Whoops, that's a little bit too much. Through the open terrain, but you can see we've got up here. We've knocked out the 88 without any damage, which I'm quite surprised about. But we do have another factor over here. Is you've got two tanks right here. This Panzer IV-J and J Lang. Moving up. Now we've got the deacons over here to take them on, or try to take them on. So this will be an interesting battle for the next turn. Meanwhile, we'll keep moving up over here. But let's finish this off. We'll go into the adjustment phase. There's no pivots. There's no turrets. Full cover adjust. We're not doing any. Suppression adjust. There isn't any. Morale adjust. There isn't any. And counter adjust. So we'll just move the counters, and that ends the turn. So that's the end of turn 13. Stay tuned for number 14. Okay, welcome back to turn 14 of Panzer North Africa. So with this turn, this is going to get interesting because we've got a little bit of face-off going here between the Panzers that were just discovered and the Deacons down below. And then we're continuing to move our main body up to capture the road and try to drive down the road as quickly as possible. So let's get to it and see how it goes. So turn 14, spotting phase. So all visible German panzers are spotted. Visible, our rifle unit is not spotted because he's in full cover and we're still not close enough to them. And of course the hidden units still remain hidden unless they fire or they do something. From the Commonwealth perspective, everything's still spotted. We're moving, so we're putting up quite the visibility profile for the attack here. Command phase. So we still got 16 for the minefield group. So we're going to be adding those. Most of them are going to be moves again, particularly for these guys because they're all moving kind of out of range or longer range from the units. Now we'll move with the cruiser squadron. They're here in the middle, kind of converging on the road down through here. Let me just highlight that. These guys right through here and here and here. They're kind of converging on the road, so they're going to get some more commands, mostly move commands. Of course, the EC1s are going to have their own commands as well. So there we have that, and we have that. Go. Now the AT company is going to get 10 commands. Now this is going to be interesting because this is where the AT company is now going to be starting to engage those panzers that are coming up on our flanks. So they're going to get fire markers. So these two deacons over here and these two deacons over here are going to get fire, not individual, but group fire commands for the hex. So these two units will fire at one tank and the other two will fire at the other tank. And we'll move on to some moves, try to get these ATRs out of there before they get attacked. Not ATRs, come on, Bren carriers. Okay, some more moves come up here. We're going to do an overwatch with the rifle unit over here, just so that if this unit engages one of our tanks or infantry, we can put some sort of fire on them. And then we've got some other move commands. This is now the battalion headquarters. And then the medium cruiser squadron, or Shermans, are going to get move commands. All right. So now checking for some of the Germans. They're still out of range of us, so they will not get commands. But 5 and 16, 16 is here, and then 5 over here, probably are going to get commands as we move forward because we're only 1 hex away. And some of these others, like number 7 over here, will get some. And, of course, our tanks will get something once we get into the firing and moving phase as well. Okay, just doing some more checks. Okay, there we go. So the initiative, again, greater than 50 will be the first player. Rolls a 12, it's the German player again is the first player. So they're going to start shooting first. So going up here, we're going to go right into our Panzer battle. Position myself there. That should be able to be seen. Let me see if I can zoom in one more level. Okay, I think we can do it. There we go. So we're going to start out with these attacks over here. So let's see what the Germans have for attacks. So the J, which is in front, is going to roll his command first. 58. He's going to get a fire command. Now this is where I debated a little bit. I could have done a short halt or a fire, but they are in a defensive position. So the default is going to be to get a fire command on them. And the one question I had in my mind, because they're kind of counterattacking, should they be a short halt on here? But given the range and given the big negative modifier for short halts, I decided to go with the fire, and hopefully they'll be able to survive, or at least hit a couple of these guys first, and then knock them out. So we're going to go with fire. So they're going to fire, and they are going to shoot at the Deacon 413, long range, They're firing GP because the Deacon is technically a unarmored vehicle, and this was a little bit more effective, a little bit better chances of being effective than an AP shot. So it's going to be GP on 413, so they're going to be long-range veteran. Suppress is going to be 51 or greater, so a 49% chance. Effective is going to be 77 or greater, or a 23% chance of hitting them. So let's see what they get. They roll a 43, which is a miss. That's too bad. And now we're going to go with the long gun version of Panzer 3J, the Lang, and they're going to fire a Deacon 14, which is the guy underneath him. Same type of approach, GP, long range, veteran, open. So 51 or greater, 77 or greater. 96, that is definitely a hit, and it's an effective hit. So the GP effectiveness on the Lang is a 3. I didn't note that down. Or no, it's a 2. Excuse me. I did notice right there. It's a 2, and the defensive capability is a 1, so it's greater than. It is greater than that, so it's going to be knocked out or brewed up. We're going to do a brew up check. BU on 2 or less. Rolls a 2. It is brewed up. All right. So that is exactly what I wanted from the German perspective. On the Deacon, because what that does is it knocks out one Deacon, brews him up, so he's gone, and we'll get that adjusted here. And then the other one is it's going to be suppressed. Oh, did I not put the suppression on there? I did not put the suppression on there. He should be suppressed. Okay, but he would be suppressed as well. So that effectively knocks out that column or that hex, because both of those units are knocked out. Or one's knocked out, one is suppressed. All right, now the rifle unit is going to get an OW command. I'll adjust that suppression for later, but he's going to get an OW command over here. And unfortunately, he doesn't have anybody to fire against because he's not. There's nothing close enough, and he doesn't see anybody. So now we come over to our Deacons taking shots, and first we're going to start with 411, 412, which is the other hex right there, and they're going to fire at the Panzer 3J, and they're going to be at long range, and they're veterans, so and they're firing AP, so it's going to be a 36 or less. First shot is a miss, just a miss. Second shot, same thing, rolls a 5, that's a hit. It's a front location roll. Roll a 0, it's a track hit. All right, so they immobilized him. Checking for bailout, no bailout. All right, so we knocked out him. Oh, there's where I put the suppression on there, so I corrected myself later on. So track hit, he's still got a gun, so we'll still be able to shoot, but now he is, effectively out of the bigger counterattack that the tanks were doing. They did knock out one Deacon, so not too bad so far. Now the other Deacon over there, the one that's suppressed, is going to try a shot at the Panzer 3J Lang. Long range veteran suppressed, so it's going to be a 21 or less. Rolls an 89. Okay, that's not going to do it. So now we go to our move phase. So there's no hand-to-hand, and now we get the Commonwealth moving. So let's zoom this out a little bit so you can see all the moves. So we're going to start down here in the south. We've got the AEC Mark 1 moving up, and trying to get some spots going here. Now we're going to get the Crusaders moving up, and now we've got to be a little bit careful. I'm going to slide this over a little bit because we're going to get in range of number 16 here pretty quickly, and maybe even 15. So now he's in range, so he's going to do a command check on 16, rolls a 3, which is going to be a move, and then moves up again, and now 15 checks, and they're going to get a 6, which is going to be a move command as well. Okay, so we've got a couple of units that are going to be moving, but We don't quite see them yet because they haven't moved. All right. So here I kind of went back and forth with myself thinking about this to make these overwatches and then have them fire because they were actually coming up the road. But then I took a look at it and I said, no, you know what? They don't have a really good hit percentage chance, so we're going to put them back to move. All right, so now we're coming over here and we're doing some more moves back with our Commonwealth. So they'll just move up here, and we're going to try to engage this infantry unit because he is a little bit of a nuisance here for some of our softer vehicles coming up behind us. So now we move up the Scorpions, and now we're moving up some infantry. And those are HMGs and some engineers that were lagging behind. Battalion units. And they're moving up there, and then the Shermans of the battalion are moving down there. And here come the Bren carriers. These are the machine guns. Now they're going to be coming right up close, trying to point blank fire on them. Now the rifle unit opens up with GP on 434 MMG, Bren MMG. Point blank range, Overwatch, Veteran, moving open 1P, suppression 28 or greater. Effective 61 or greater. So there's a 39% chance that we're going to be effective on him. Rolls a 12. Oof. Germans aren't getting the rolls. So that's a miss. And the rest of the units move up. And the White Scout car moves up. Some more Brens. And the AC-1s. And more of the Crusaders. And some of the other units behind. Again, trying to get to that track and road because that's going to give us our best speed to get off the map as quickly as possible. Of course, we're going to have to run the gauntlet of German units that are back there, but you know, hopefully we can continue our good luck streak. We haven't lost too many units. I think we've only lost the scout car, and now we lost a deacon, and then I think one of our squads got reduced. Okay, so that's the end of the movement. And one of the things I forgot here as well, I did not move these guys over here, which is okay. Actually, I kind of like them staying where they are. They've got the move, but they didn't actually move because they'll be more in an ambush position for these units coming up the road. So it's actually not a big deal. So we've got our adjustment phase. There's no turret or pivoting. We do have some suppression adjust going on. Actually, I did put some turrets on, didn't I? Okay, never mind. Suppression adjust. So we adjusted this guy from on to off, and then we do our counter adjust. Move our markers, and that's where we are. The end of turn 14. So what do we look like? Well, still moving up. We've made it to the track/road over here, and we've got a good column forming up over here. But as you can see over here, we've got a number of let's actually highlight them there. We've got a number of German units that are sitting here in ambush. And then we've got other units that can come down and kind of counterattack on our flank, you know, which is going to be interesting. And then even still, there's a second set over here just before we exit the board that we've got to cut through as well. And all along that, we also have units hiding up here in the hills, which if they turn into moves, they can hit us on our flanks. So we've got to be very careful about that. But so far, so good with everything. So I'm happy how we're going here. So hopefully you are too. And if you are, please like it. Please comment. Thoughts and comments are great too. And yeah, we'll continue on with this. We're about halfway through. We're up to turn 14 here. This goes to about 26, somewhere in there. It's variable ending, so we really don't know exactly where it's going to end. But we're roughly at the halfway point with all this, and hopefully you're enjoying. So stay tuned for the next one, and thanks for watching.